Today, I'm gonna let you in on some of the Iowa City area's dirty little secrets. The things nobody tells you about, the stuff that doesn't make the area's highlight reel, and the details you're not gonna figure out until you move here. Are they deal breakers? Well, you're gonna have to decide for yourself. The shopping is lackluster. There's no way around it. I said it, and that's coming from somebody who doesn't even like to shop. The greater Iowa City area suffers from a lack of department stores and big name retailers in several retail sectors. There's no Macy's or Nordstrom's here. We don't even have a Yonkers. They went out of business. If you're looking for a department store type experience, it's going to be Dillard's, JCPenney's, or Kohl's. On a small scale, possibly Von Maur. There are no actual toy stores here. You're going to have to go to Walmart or Target. I really feel like Iowa City is especially lacking options for women's professional clothing. And this is a big complaint that I hear from other women in my sphere. The main options are White House Black Market, Dillard's, and Von Maur. We used to have a Loft, but they left too. I suppose Express is an option, but I feel like their stuff is really geared towards a younger crowd. If you're looking for decent quality clothing that feels stylish and on trend, doesn't make you feel 90 years old, consider yourself warned. You may have to travel a bit for clothing excursions, or accept the fact that you're just going to order everything online. Yes, there's some fun little clothing boutiques here, and sometimes you can find cute options in them, but the issue I have with boutiques is that the selection is so much smaller. For instance, you can't walk in with the expectation of like buying a pair of black pants and trust that you're going to have 3 to 5 options to choose from. Or if you have special size needs, like me, I need talls, not gonna happen. I hear about this one from a lot of clients who move here and they need to buy furniture. It seems like Iowa City area is existing in a black hole of furniture store options. I can personally attest to this because I'm trying to find dining room chairs right now, and it is a very, very frustrating experience. It's not like shopping for furniture is shopping for a pair of black pants. With clothing, you can order several and just return the rejects because it's a low commitment item and returns are relatively painless. But you're not going to order 3 different couch options, try them all out, and then return the ones you don't like. Unless you live a very different life from the people I know. We don't have a lot of the big name places that you might be expecting for furniture. We don't have Pottery Barn, we don't have West Elm, we don't have Crate and Barrel. We certainly don't have the fancy places like Room and Board or RH. If you really want to go furniture shopping, you're gonna have to go to Chicago. Just like clothing, this area does have a couple of nice furniture and home good boutiques, such as Mixed Home Mercantile and Dwell Home Furnishings. So all hope is not lost. Definitely drop by them before you drive out of town for your furniture shopping needs. Closely related to shopping are restaurants. If you peruse Reddit, you're going to see there's some people there who are pretty vocal that they're unimpressed by our overall food scene, especially if they came from the coasts. Of course, Reddit is a grand old place to find people with very negative opinions, so take what they're saying with a grain of salt. One bit of news that I've had a couple of clients express surprise about is the area's lack of a freestanding Chick-fil-A. I had no idea how big of a deal this was, but if you want a Chick-fil-A sandwich and waffle fries, you're gonna have to go to the food court in the mall. The weather, it's a crapshoot. It's gray and soggy today. Look, this is not Colorado where it's sunny all the time. Sometimes we have gorgeous weather, sprinkled here and there just to keep us going, but often it's too hot and humid, it's too cold, it's too windy, or too gray. Sometimes we can go weeks without seeing actual sunshine in the winter. It's just rough. Driving in the winter is unenjoyable when the roads are bad, which is a fair amount, unless you enjoy that low-key anxiety of worrying about crashing your car or hurting yourself or someone else, or at the very least ending up in the ditch with inadequate footwear and needing a tow truck. Of course, there are things you can do to minimize the risk. Don't drive when the roads are slippery. Make sure you've got good all-season tires. Slow down and keep a safe distance. And always have a coat, gloves, and hat and boots in the car. Thanks, Mom. Just in case you have to get out and hoof it somewhere. Yada, yada, yada. It's all fun and games until you see that car all smashed up off the road and you think, that could have been me. Or you step on the brakes and you just keep going. Another dirty little secret about the winter is the amount of sand and salt and mucky slush that gets tracked in. Floors get filthy. If you have a lot of people in your house, be prepared to sweep up little sand dunes on the regular. If you have dogs, they're gonna come inside with snow crusted to their undercarriage and their paws, which is then gonna melt all over your floors. And then when the snow finally melts outside and you don't have to deal with that anymore, then you get mud and slop. I know everybody loves the Hawkeyes, and college football on Saturdays is big business in this town. If you're not into football, or you need to be downtown or on the West Campus Hospital Complex area, football Saturdays can be a nightmare. Traffic is ridiculous, parking is ridiculous, drunk people are ridiculous, unless you're drunk too, and the litter left behind afterwards is gross. You end up having to coordinate your plans to avoid that whole area on Saturdays. Speaking of the Hawkeyes, there's a lot of college-age kids knocking around this town. Duh. They don't look before they cross the street. They're not overly concerned about streetlights and right-of-way to cross the street, which makes driving downtown interesting. When they're not randomly and blindly wandering in front of your moving car, they're taking up all the parking spaces downtown because presumably they can't walk to class. They also get rowdy when you might feel it's past everybody's bedtime, so use caution if you're considering buying a home in an area walking distance to campus with a heavy rental load. During the summer, when most of the undergraduates leave and go home, Iowa City is like a whole other town, and that's when the locals come out to play. Are there any other Iowa City area complaints that you've heard about or you are worried about? Lay them on me in the comments section down below. I would love to hear about them. If you're considering a move to the greater Iowa City area, you can find all of my contact information down there in that description box of this video. I specialize in helping people who are relocating to the area. Hey, it's been fun, and I'll catch you later.